Welcome to Whitehorse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey, where today we're going to do a feature and systems walkthrough on this 2020 Jayco Jay Flight 32 BHDS. We'll give you an overview of some of the operations of this model. This is stock number J12596. Please note the features and operations and systems you're going to see are unique to this particular stock number. For more detailed information, do check out your Jayco owner's manuals, which will be very helpful. So this model has a power tongue jack at the front. You would raise and lower the tongue by operating the toggle switch. You also have your light switch. In event that you did not have power, you could pop off this cover here and use a crank handle to manually operate the jack as well. Twin propane bottles, make sure they are set to open with your valves. This is an automatic regulator. It's going to show you the arrow indicator for which tank it's pulling off of, and the color's designed to change in here when it switches to the opposite tank. So then you could top off the primary tank. Propane cover just wiggles on top of those bottles to protect it, and you'll see a hinged lid access for access to your valves and your regulator there. Coming down the off door side, you have a lockable compartment here. You can see this particular stock number has an outside barbecue grill included, and we'll show you where that hooks up to the back of the camper. This is a really nice feature on the 32 BHDS. Between the two slide outs, there's the outside shower. We've had some folks put a shower curtain here with a tension rod for privacy, nice to wash off from the beach or the lake coming back. You do have hot and cold water. This is a lockable compartment door. You also have your power cord, which is going to recess back inside here and just close in there. Your plug will store inside that compartment. Up top is black tank flush. This is a way to backwash the toilet waste tank, which is the black water tank, to clean it out. And this is access to the back of your water heater. Make sure this area is kept clear because it can vent warm air. And you would use your toggle switch to open this. Of note here, you want to keep this area clean and free of debris. Spider webs or cobwebs can wreak havoc with the system. Your pilot wood light here, this one's controlled from the inside, so we'll show you the switches there. And then you do have a nylon plug here. For winterizing, you would take out this plug, drain the water down. Make sure when you do go to use the camper again that you're installing only a nylon plug. There are operational instructions on the inside of the water heater door, as well as in your Jayco owner's manuals. Underneath the outside shower is the back of your furnace. This is a vent that will also vent warm air, so make sure that area is kept clear. Underneath here you have tank valves. This is your black holding tank valve. This is to drain out the black toilet waste, and this is where you would hook up your sewer hose, and then your gray water valve would be forward on this model. So black is just toilet waste, gray is soapy water down the sink in the shower. And we'll show you up underneath the camper here. We have stabilizer jacks. Power switches are on the opposite side. This one does have power jacks. So again, walking you back. Here's your gray water valve. So again, soapy water. And you have a second cap here, which would come off. You can put your sewer hose there and pull the gray valve to drain your soapy water down. That would be water that's stored in the gray water tank from sinks and showers. Sewer hose is stored in the back bumper. You can see that there. For travel, make sure you're putting those back bumper plugs on so they don't pop off. Ladder is great for roof checking, maintaining your seals and gaskets. It's recommended once a season to get up there, check, re-scrape, reseal as necessary. This one has the outside hitch receiver, as well as this is the mount for the barbecue grill. Barbecue grill is currently in the front compartment, which I'll show you. It would attach to these two pegs. This is a swivel bracket, and you can control, by removing this pin, control the pitch to install the grill. You'll see it just slides onto these two little slots here. And then on this side of the camper, you'll see your propane connect right here, your quick connect for the grill hose. Power stabilizer jacks extend and retract from this location. Make sure for travel that you are fully retracted. So you have push button operation here. And then outside kitchen on this model. This ties in with your propane system. You do have an electric refrigerator, and thermostat is right inside the fridge at the top there. Sink, light switch. These are pop lights, so you'll see there's a button in the middle of the light that needs to be pushed in to operate that light. Coming down the door side of the camper, this is the back of the refrigerator panel. To access this, you would spin these two latches to the upright position. Key or a coin can help. You could drop this panel down. Really, you just want to make sure this area behind here is kept clean. Again, it's a propane powered system and electric, so you want to make sure that no spider webs are in there. That's the back of your exhaust vent for the range. We have access to the freshwater fill. This is where you would fill your freshwater tank. And this would be non-pressurized water, so we have a water pump. If you're hooked up to city water with a hose at the campground, you're already pressurized. We currently have fresh water in the systems that we're draining, so we're using the low point drains. You'll see they're pipcock valves. They're designed to slowly drain the water from the tanks. Along this side, we also have outside electrical, as well as cable hookup. This would be a TV bracket if you do want to bring a television outside. Door handle at your entry lifts up and folds along for transporting. Your steps. The base step folds on top of the middle step folds on top of the main step, and this whole area pushes back and away. And actually with this one, it's just the bottom step folding on the middle, and then it all pushes very easily away. At the front, you have another power jack. This is your extend and retract here. Again, make sure that they are fully extended or retracted. And you can control the height adjustment there, but you do want to retract them all the way for travel. Front compartment here has your grill. And you also have crank handles. So if you needed to operate the power tongue jack, or even manually operate the stabilizer jacks, you could do so. Behind the main entry door, you have access here for electrical as well. Coming on up this model, we'll show you some of the systems, features, and operations here. Fire extinguisher at the entry. Propane leak detector. This is tied in with your main battery. So this does have a small draw on the battery. It's a CO and propane leak detector. If you're going to be not using the camper for a while, if you're storing it, maybe for the winter, not going to be using it, make sure to disconnect the battery. You can remove it, take it inside to the shed or the garage to eliminate any draw, because this can pull down your battery over time. If you pulled down the battery, it would have a chirping sound to let you know. If the propane alarm sounded, it is a shrill sound like a smoke alarm, and you could reset it here. You'd want to open windows, check your propane valve connection, etc., and make sure you're clear. For specific instructions, please do refer to the Jayco owner's manuals. Your systems monitor panel is behind a door at the entry area. This gives you access to your slide control switch, your power awning, as well as overhead light switches. So there's the switch operation. Again, with the pop lights, make sure the switch on the light itself is turned on in order to use and enable the light switch. Show you the awning operation. It is push button control. We're going to push it out. Good place to show you the awning lights. You can see operation very easy with that switch. Make sure if there's wind or rain that awning is all the way in just to protect it. Slide control, also a toggle switch here. We're going to operate the switch here by pushing the in button, and I'll show you the slide movement. So slide's going to raise up and start to come in. Slides work well fully extended or fully retracted. Make sure you don't stop the slide partway in or out and use it in that position. It's fully level and also watertight in or out. In normal operation, you may hear that clutch motor clicking when it's all the way in or out. That's telling you that the cycle's complete. Also of note here is your systems monitor panel. So your water pump switch, this would be used if you're drawing from your onboard freshwater tank. If you're hooked up to city water with a hose at the campground, you already have pressure and you don't need to use the water pump switch. This gives you water heater operation on either the propane side or the electric side. And then also check your battery levels, your tank levels for black and gray tanks. A good tip is at 2/3 full, you want to dump those black valves, the toilet tank, pull that valve at the back. Coming up into your bedroom area, you have reading lights with the pop switches on the lights themselves. Directional air conditioning vent that can be closed off or opened for more or less flow. Speakers. You do have pocket doors here with travel latches, so you want to unsnap that for travel. Make sure you're popping that on to secure the door for travel. There's one on each side. Coming around to this side of the master bedroom, we're going to show you the emergency exit window. You would wiggle this open. You can put it in the open position if you would like airflow. To use it as an emergency exit window, you would push on the screen and window all the way out. To bring it back in, lift up gently on the handle, pull it all the way back in, and it's gonna latch there and lock. Entertainment center on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stereo off. We have television, and inside this compartment here, we have access to cable and also any hookups for the television. Very easy operation there. For specific instructions on the TV, there is a manual with it. You can run off of your TV antenna, which is along the roof. This can be rotated here to improve your reception. It does not raise or lower. If you're hooked up at cable at the campground, you would run the television on the cable setting. On digital TV antenna, you can run an air search. And using your inputs, you can do that with the remote control. The Furion manual will also walk you through that. It gives you a lot of information on television operation there in the manual as well. Owner's manuals are included there for you. Light switches. In order for the wall switches to operate, these switches on the lights themselves must be in the on position. You do have wall switches at the back here, which operate your lights. So we can control the overhead lights. Slide control switch for the back. Same toggle switch operation. This is your thermostat. This is heat, air conditioning, and fan. You would press the mode button and you can select what operation you want to work with, and you can also control the temperature. Note there is a time delay when you're turning it on or off for operation. That is normal. Here's your temperature control. Heat vents are going to be toward the floor. Your heat's going to rise and your air conditioning is going to drop from the ceiling. So there's another directional vent there. This is the intake for your air as well as a chill grill. Right here would allow you to dump more cold air into the living area to cool down more quickly. You can also close that off. And behind this grill here, there's a filter that can gather dust over time. That grill is removable, so you can clean or replace that filter, vacuum it, or certainly a replaceable part. In the kitchen area, again, pop light and wall switch there. Behind on your range, you've got your overhead light and also your exhaust vent, which we saw on the outside. Microwave works like your microwave at home. That is electric. Your stove is propane powered. So to select the burner operation, you're going to turn this to on. You're going to use your direct spark ignition, and then you can control the flame, how high or low you would like that. You turn it off. Oven, you would push and hold the pilot here. And then you're going to see on the oven there's a pilot light at the back. So at the back, there's your heating element there, and you can control your temperature as well on the oven. Underneath the oven is your converter, which is your main fuse panel and breaker box. This does vent, so that will keep it cool, and you may hear that fan running occasionally. That's normal operation. This is access to your main fuses and breaker panel. Refrigerator can be controlled right on the fridge itself. So this has automatic, electric, and you can control those, which mode you would like to be on. So there's propane, electric, or automatic. Temperature control is here. You can control whether it's colder. So the automatic setting is really nice because when you unplug from the campground, it will automatically power the cooling unit from the propane side and maintain the temperature, operate for travel. Likewise, when you plug in at a campground, it's going to shut down the propane side and it's going to run off the electric side for you. So automatic makes it easy, but you can manually control that as well if you prefer. This is a backsliding access panel to shower valves for any need for maintenance. Coming into your bath area, your main GFI outlet is in the bath behind your sink here. So this is where you would test and reset if you had any electrical issues. Of course, you can check your breaker box and fuse panel as well, but usually this is a really good helpful hint. Foot pedal toilet, push all the way down, that will rinse and flush. And if you just press partially down, you can get some more water into that bowl. Overhead, you do have a ceiling vent fan. The knob here would control the vent opening and closing, and then there's a power switch on the side of the attic fan to control that. You do have switches as well here for your lights. Coming back into the bunk area. Again, our slide switch is above the thermostat. That's going to bring this slide in or out. Again, fully in or out is where you're going to be sealed up. And that clutch is normal operation. You will hear when the cycle's complete. Bunk capacity is 300 pounds. This bunk can flip back and away. It's on hydraulic struts. Very easy. And you do have a loft bed opposite with a ladder. Ladder is lift and store for travel. Again, this is a feature walkthrough of some of the systems and operations. Another transit lock on a Jay Flight 32 BHDS. We hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. Please feel free to get in touch with any questions we can help with. Refer to your owner's manuals. Again, on this 2020 Jayco Jay Flight 32 BHDS. Thank you for watching. We wish you much happy RVing ahead. Have a great day.